past the silver screen. Steven, JT, Bruce, let's look past them together.
What is going on, everybody? I am JT from Past the Silver Screen, and in today's movie review, we're going to be checking out The Devil Wears Prada 2. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the movie. All right, before we get into my actual review, I want to show you some of the trailers that I saw beforehand, and those trailers were Sense and Sensibility, Practical Magic 2, The Breadwinner, the live-action Moana, and The Mandalorian and Grogu. We've sat there and we waited 20 years for The Devil Wears Prada 2 to release. That is the sequel to the original The Devil Wears Prada. And look, I'm here to give you my honest thoughts and opinions on the film and give you a out of 5-star ranking. So let's go ahead and talk about the movie. Look, this movie was one that I didn't think needed to be made. Again, I don't make the decisions behind that, but if it were up to me, I would have left it off how we left in the first film. All of our characters had a good ending. They all were happy and they were mature and they understood what was going on. But here's the thing, guys. Fashion never dies. It is always changing. It is always evolving. It's getting bigger and better by the minute. And that's what our characters, our main characters at least, and the things around them, that's what they need to do. They need to mature. They need to evolve to keep up with fashion. I love the fact that they have also basically said, hey, we understand that it's been so long, but it's going to act like no time has passed. And I get that. And I respect that because in a movie's sake, yes, 20 years has passed, but you've got to understand and let your audience understand that while 20 years ago, people were writing magazines about fashion, they were having books about fashion. Nowadays, people are on their phones. People are scrolling. They're clicking on blogs. They're watching vlogs. All these influencers are just showing off like the biggest and best thing that's going on right now. So how are our main characters going to, take that and use it to their advantage? You still have your twists and turns here and there with the film. It feels like a fine sequel. Again, one that I wouldn't have made, but one that is out there, and it's a perfectly fine sequel. One of my biggest, just absolute loves about this film, the one thing I loved about it was our 4 main cast. I mean, you cannot go wrong with the likes of Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, Meryl Streep, and Stanley Tucci. Those 4 right there are incredible, and they do such a great job in this film. Of course, you have your new crop of new actors and actresses, but those 4 right there, you can't go wrong with it. And I'll say this to end off my review. I didn't think we needed to make one. I've said that time and time again. I don't think we needed a sequel, but I'm glad that it is here because I love to see the fact that our characters get to change and evolve and mature in a way that I would have never got to see in the original one. I thought the movie was fine. I've said it before. So out of 5, I'm giving it 3 popcorn buckets out of 5. So tell me what you think if you've seen the movie down in the comments below. But until then, I'll catch you next time.
Let's look past them together.